Writing a great tactical fight is simple once you notice the unspoken tactical pattern being used. An advantage is something that one character has in a battle that is beneficial to them and detrimental to their opponent. Defeating your opponent's advantage is called a counter. I'll start with the weak spot as a counter. Our hero is Alex. He's a magical swordsman, but he's fighting an opponent named Malicious, who has an overwhelming heavy attack, his signature move. Malicious has a power advantage. Alex is taking damage faster, but there's hope. Every time Malicious uses a heavy attack, his body becomes open to a counterattack for a split second. This is his weak spot, a disadvantage. Alex notices this. He baits Malicious into unleashing another heavy. This time, Alex puts all of his power into attacking the weak spot. It catches the opponent off guard. He's injured. Alex uses this opportunity to slay his foe. A weak spot is a disadvantage in a character or their advantage that can be targeted. Striking the weak spot does major damage, and in some cases, ends the fight immediately. If the countered character doesn't find a counter to stop the opponent from using their weak spot, their only outcome is losing. There are many types of weak spots. They can be physical, mental, or magical. This counter is good because it provides a clear logical reason why the hero won. Alex won because he took advantage of Malicious's openings during heavy attacks. The opening was established before Alex won. It didn't appear from thin air. Once Alex saw it, he used it and he won. Here are some examples in anime. Spoilers ahead. In FMA, Pride had powerful shadows, but his weak spot was that he needed light to create shadows. Turning off the lights exploited his weak spot. In Naruto, Deidara used Earth-style bombs. His weak spot was that Lightning style had an elemental advantage over Earth. With Ten Tails Obito, his weakness was that Taijutsu and Senjutsu were effective against him. Danzo's reality warping had an ammo limit. In One Piece, Crocodile's weakness was that Liquid would remove his sand-based intangibility. Sanji was unable to hit women. Mr. 2 was only able to use his techniques in his own body. If you like how I get straight to the point, like and subscribe. Now, adaptation counters. Alex moves forward into the dungeon. He sees his next opponent. It's another swordsman. His name is Crisis. His tactic is to overwhelm the hero with his immense speed. They both have equal attack and defense stats, but Crisis has the speed advantage. His swings force Alex into an eternal defense. Alex coats his body with defensive mana, but it's not enough. He can't win without landing hits, so he changes his tactics. He adapts. He removes the mana coating his body. He moves it to his sword. Alex now has his strength advantage. His attack stats are above Crisis's defense stats. Instead of trying to evade or block, he focuses on attacking. He accepts the damage, but in exchange, he's finally doing damage too. Crisis is overwhelmed by the risky play, and Alex claims another victory. Adaptation is when a character adapts to the advantage of their opponent in order to eliminate their advantage. There could be overlap between weak spot and adaptation. The sign that a counter is purely adaptation is when there isn't a clear exploitable weak spot in the loser's tactic before the adaptation. While an adaptation might create a weak spot, a pure weak spot is there no matter what and can be exploited by anyone. An adaptation can create a weak spot through creativity or a special skill set. The writing advantage is the same as a weak spot, but it also shows fighting IQ because it requires creativity. Here are anime examples of adaptations. Against Pride, the heroes used an enhanced sense of smell and flashbangs after going lights out. Ed copies Greed's armor to defend against the sharp shadows. The fight is won by trapping Pride in a dome with no light through alchemy, so no shadows. In Ed vs Greed, Ed was the superior combatant, so Greed gave himself the advantage by using his full body armor. Ed adapted by changing the chemical makeup of his ultimate shield to weaken it, allowing his attacks to work again. Against Deidara, Sasuke found clever ways to use his lightning to counter Deidara's earth. Against Obito, the heroes combined their powers in unique ways to target Obito's weak spot. Against Danzo, Sasuke exploited Danzo's ammo limit by tricking him into thinking that he had more ammo than he actually had, making him uncautious. Against Crocodile, Luffy coated himself in water and blood to land punches. Against Mr. 1, Zoro learned to cut steel. Mr. 2 exploited Sanji's chivalry by shapeshifting into women. In Kenshin vs Aoshi, the enemy had a speed advantage because of his shorter sword. Kenshin adapted by holding the base of his blade to make his katana the same length. A good tactical fight is based around each combatant trying to keep or create their advantage and remove their opponent's advantage. Both of these counters ensure that the logic behind the victory of the fight makes sense, but it doesn't have to stop at one counter. Alex moves on to his next opponent. This is the final boss. His name is Death. They both draw their swords. They exchange blows. Death uses an advantage. Alex finds a weak spot. Death brings out another advantage. Alex adapts to it. Death adapts to the adaptation. Alex adapts again. This fight lasts multiple chapters, multiple episodes. It's the grand finale of the arc. Two characters with great skills and even higher fight IQ. They go back and forth with tactics and counters. They use weak spots and adaptations. This is how grand, epic, iconic fights are written. A simple fight is over with one counter, but grand finales, World Cups, are written with several. Anime and manga fights that are written like this are Naruto vs Pain, Gojo vs Sukuna, Ichigo vs Byakuya, Josuke vs Kira, Kenshin vs Shishio, Sasuke vs Deidara, and Jotaro vs Dio. They usually start with the hero on the back foot. They're forced to counter their opponent, but that doesn't end the fight. The opponent develops another tactic, and the fight goes on for multiple rounds. Juggling multiple advantages at the same time will create some of the most cerebral fights possible. In conclusion, focusing fights on keeping advantages and stopping disadvantages through counters ensures that fights are well written. It's the secret formula present in nearly every great fight, anime or not. Obviously, the movesets for each character should be set up ahead of the fight, but that's not always possible. At the very least, the hero's moveset should be established. Additionally, creating a temporary advantage is called a play. This is used a lot in anime. Now you can apply this to your analysis of fights or creation of your own. Subscribe for more academic writing breakdowns that will improve your writing and analysis.